If you've ever felt nervous for parent-teacher conferences, and let's be honest, who hasn't, then this video is for you. I'm Katherine Barker, and after being in education for over 10 years, I'm going to be sharing with you the insider scoop and my 3 tips on how to make sure your parent-teacher conferences are a total success. First, I want to preface that it's totally normal to feel nervous for parent-teacher conferences. Every year I would kind of get a little bit jittery right before, but I found that it was something that I really came to love over time. It can be such an amazing opportunity to build a positive relationship with the parents and families and really just establish, kind of set a good tone that really can last throughout the rest of the school year. Okay, so the first tip, to quote the Lion King, be prepared. And what I mean by be prepared is you want to have everything set out and ready beforehand. So that includes students' assessments, any student work that you need to kind of show to the parents, have, if you're doing report cards, have the report cards printed out, any student, like maybe you have behavior plans, any kind of materials that you'll need, you want everything set out and ready to go. I loved using like a hanging file system. I had just kind of like a hanging file that I just would take with me back and forth from home and school, and I would put all my students' assessments in. I would put anything that I needed to document, any behavior plans, the report cards. It was just all in their little files. They had their name on it, and it was just super easy. I could just look through and open up and pull it out, and it was all alphabetical. So it was super, super organized. And that way when the parents came in, I wasn't like kind of grabbing things. It was all there ready to go for me. And I kind of had like an outline that I followed for each conference. And I recommend kind of knowing that like outline in your head beforehand. So I knew my parent was gonna walk in, I'd say hi, I'd show them to the table, and I'd have them sit. I'd make some sort of small talk, ask them how they were doing, and then kind of say, okay, this is what what our conference is going to look like. And I really loved having unique and really positive comments for my parents. And honestly, every year, these comments would make parents cry. So many times they would just tear up because they were very thought out. They were very tailored to that student. And it just meant so much to the parents. And so it did take me a little bit extra time to kind of craft different comments for them, for each kiddo, but I really wanted it to be unique for that child. And for me, it was time well spent. And it meant so much for the parents. So if you're looking for like positive comments for your students, I actually have a free download of 25 positive comments for your parent-teacher conferences. So just look in the description below and you'll be able to snag that freebie. Okay, tip number 2 is radiate confidence. So I remember my first few years of teaching, I would really struggle with feeling confident in just like my teaching abilities as an authority figure. And I would get so stressed out and worried. And so I kind of would give myself like some pep talks before my conferences. So don't forget to just take deep breaths beforehand, make sure you're breathing, and then think, I've got this. I'm smart, I am capable, I know my stuff, and just think like radiating confidence, like I got this, I'm in charge of this conference, I know this student well, and I know what I'm doing, and I'm here to just share with this parent, this is kind of the data I've collected, and we're going to work together for a solution for this student. So I would say things to myself like, you've got this, Catherine. Or I would say, it's really funny, it's from Ant-Man. I would say, I'm the boss, I'm the boss, I'm the boss. Just, it kind of would give me a laugh, and it would kind of just take me out of this stressful moment and kind of remember, yeah, I am the boss. Like, I am the boss. This is my classroom. This is my space. I am the professional here, and I can do this. So just remember, you are smart, you are capable, you know this, you have got this, you can handle anything. And then a fun little trick to really kind of boost that confidence is a little something that my mentor teacher told me one year. She said that when you take a jacket and you hang it on the back of your chair, it gives authority vibes. So you better believe that every stinking conference, I had my my jacket on the back of my chair, and I sat there, and it just gave me this little extra boost of confidence. Maybe it was a little superstitious, but I felt like it worked for me every time. And our conferences might be at like a warmer time of the year, so I would actually intentionally bring a jacket to school, even if I wasn't gonna wear it, just to hang over my chair. So be sure to use the jacket trick to give out those authority vibes. And tip number 3 is partnering with parents. So this is huge. Honestly, this shift in perspective for me completely changed the dynamics of my relationship with my parents, with the families, because I no longer viewed it as like we're two opposing forces, right? Sometimes it can feel like you're on the defense. Like if something happens with a student and you have to bring it to a parent, they get defensive, and each of you are kind of defending yourselves, and it just can kind of get a little rocky. So when I had that mindset of like, we are working together as a team, it really kind of changed everything. And I also really loved to follow that like compliment sandwich format for my parent-teacher conferences. I kind of had a unique way of doing it. I teach more about this technique in the Positive Classroom Academy, but I found that when I followed that compliment sandwich format, it really helped just make my conferences go so much smoother, and they really turned out to be so successful, and I just really learned to enjoy them. And I found that the parents and families really enjoyed them as well. So we really want to have that shift that we're really like two opposing forces, and we want it to be more we're like coming alongside each other, and you're inviting them. It's an invitation to how can we work together and collaborate for the well-being of the student. So those are my 3 tips to help make your parent-teacher conferences an absolute success. Don't forget to grab your free positive comments for your report cards in the description below. All right, that's all for now, my friend. Until next time, happy teaching.